Okay, this is video 2 for the Systems of Equations test review. It says for problems 7 and 8, draw a graph. Then in the blank provided, identify if each system has one solution, no solution, or an infinite number of solutions. Okay, so our first problem, they are both in slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. So my y-intercept is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And my slope is -1. So that's down 1 and to the right 1. And I'm going to connect that and form my line. Okay, my second equation is y equals 2x plus 1. So my y-intercept is 1. My slope is 2 over 1. So up 2 to the right 1, up 2 to the right 1, up 2 to the right 1. And I'm going to also connect that, and I see that my solution is right here, which is at the ordered pair 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, second system. I have y equals x plus 2. So again, that is in y equals mx plus b. And I see that my y-intercept is 2 and my slope is 1. So up 1 and to the right 1. My second equation is not in slope-intercept form, so I need to get it into slope-intercept form by isolating the y. I see I have a positive 4x, so I'm going to subtract 4x. I'm left with negative 4y is equal to negative 4x minus 8. Divide both sides by negative 4. Negative 4 divided by negative 4 is 1. And negative 8 divided by negative 4 is 2. So I have that same y-intercept and actually the same slope. The slope is 1, the y-intercept is 2. So to graph that, I'm going to start at 2 and go up 1 to the right 1. And you can see that these lines are right on top of each other. And so that's going to be infinite solutions. By the way, this number 7 is one solution, and that's why we were able to actually write an ordered pair there. Okay. Number 9. It's asking us which of the following is true. A and B have no solutions. So how are we going to know that? Well, if lines A and B are parallel, they'll have no solutions because parallel lines are going to have the same slope but different y-intercepts. So A and B have no solutions. Let's look. These have the same slope. No. Equation C and the y-axis have no solutions. Okay, so the y-axis is here. And the line x equals -4 only has an x-intercept. Okay, so yeah, those are parallel. Equations A and D have infinite solutions. Okay, A and D. No, those are going to be parallel again. So y equals 0 is the x-axis. Y equals -7 is down here. Those are parallel, so they would have no solution. And B and C have one solution. Let's check that out. B and C. Okay, so 2x plus 1 we know. Up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. Something like that. And then it was equation C. One solution, x equals -4 was this one. So yeah, those are going to cross one time. So 2 and 4. All right, there we go. The perimeter of a rectangular volleyball court is 180 feet. Okay, so we have a rectangle. Rectangles have length and width. Perimeter means add them all up. So I have L plus W plus W. That's perimeter. Now I know my perimeter is 180. So if I combine like terms, this becomes 2L and 2W. So can't be that one. Can't be that one. The width is half of its length. So which one? The width is half. So the width has to be smaller. So we have to take half of the larger one to get the smaller one. So let's make up some numbers. If the width is 10, if the width is half of the length, then the length is 20. So length would be bigger, width would be smaller. So is it half of 10 equals 20, or is it half of 20 equals 10? Half of 20 equals 10. So how I explained it in class was that if the width is half of the length is smaller, the length is bigger. The problem says we have half. So which one needs cut in half to make them equal? The length. The length needs cut in half to make them equal. Okay, dimes and quarters. Dimes, 10 cents. Quarters, 25 cents. So if D is our number of dimes and Q is our number of quarters, I can set up my two equations. 10 cents for dimes, 25 cents for quarters, 15.25 total. 103 coins in all. So my dimes and my quarters have to add together to get 103. This particular problem is set up to do elimination because I have it in standard form. D's are lined up, Q's are lined up, numbers are lined up. So when I do elimination, I have to think about getting something to cancel out. I know that both of these coefficients are 1. Coefficient on there is 1, the coefficient on there is 1. So the easiest thing to do is to make something a negative 1. So one of these coefficients needs to be made a negative 1 so it'll cancel out with these positive ones. I'm going to multiply my top equation by negative 10. Because 10 times 0.10 is 1. So negative 10 times 0.10d is going to be negative d. So this part, when I distribute, becomes negative d, negative 1d. Distribute here. 10 quarters is going to be negative 225. And then negative 250. Silly. And then negative 10 times 15.25 is negative 152.5. I'm just sliding the decimal place over once to the right to multiply by 10. All right, so I add. 1d minus 1d cancels out. 1q plus negative 250q is negative 150q. And then 103 minus 152.5 3 minus 152.5 is negative 49.50. My last step is to divide by negative 1.50.